Hey guys, and welcome back to Mad About Skin. Peptides. They're the hottest ingredient in skincare for 2025. And one of the most frequently asked questions I get here on the channel is, what's the best peptide serum? If I had to choose between this one or another one, what would you go for? Peptides can be a bit of a minefield. And in a recent video, I shared with you like the do's and don'ts of peptides, which I'll leave a link to that video up there if you want to check it out. But following on from that, I wanted to share with you my personal peptide top 10. These are like the outstanding peptide serums that I think are genuinely offering something different for our routine in 2025, and I think are something pretty special. I'm going to try and keep this short, sharp, and to the point. Let's see if we could do 10 peptides in 10 minutes to help you guys work out which is the right one for your individual skin's needs. Sit back, relax, let's talk the world's best peptide serums. Now, of course, in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my thoughts, feelings, and opinions, but I want to hear from you guys. What is your current go-to peptide serum of choice? Shout it out down in the comment section below, because we're kind of a community here on Mad About Skin. I want to hear from you guys because I know that your recommendations will really be beneficial for others that are reading those comments. So yeah, drop your favorite down below, and don't forget, whilst you're down there, to also leave a like. The more likes a video gets, the more widely YouTube distributes on its platform. So we're so close to 700,000 subscribers. I have to pinch myself when I say that. I can't believe it. And I'd love to get over that by the end of the year. So liking the video really does help. Now, without further ado, let's cut that waffle and delve straight on in. So, coming in strong in 10th position, and don't worry if you don't catch all the names or anything, I've left the links to all these products down in the description box below in case you want to check the price point, make a purchase, read the reviews, all the links there. But coming in at 10th place, we have the cosrx Peptide 6 serum. Now, this is a firm favorite with you guys. Every time I do a peptide video, lots of you guys in the comments say, why no mention of the cosrx Peptide 6? It's phenomenal. It is. It's a great product. It's not in my personal top 5, but it's definitely in the top 10. As the name implies, it's got a blend of 6 different peptides, and they're focused down on hydration and evening out the skin tone primarily. So if you're somebody that uses peptides because you want a boost to plumpness, you want a boost to elasticity and hydration in the skin, I think that the cosrx Peptide 6 is a really nice product to reach for. If you're looking for like advanced anti-aging as your key motivation for a peptide, you might want to wait till later in the video, but this is a really nice place to start. You get a lot of product. It's a large bottle. I think it's 50 or 70 mils, so you get a lot more product than in standard serum. Super inexpensive, and from Korean skincare, this I think is one of the very best that particular market has to offer. Now, in 9th position comes the niod copper amino isolate lipid. Lipid. Pay attention to that word because they do 2 versions. They do the serum and they do the lipid. The lipid version that is in this top 10 because it's genuinely phenomenal. The only reason it's not higher up on this list is it does come with a high price point, so it's not going to be for everyone's budget. But what this takes is an advanced form of copper peptides and formulates it within a lipid and oil base, so it's super easily absorbed into the skin. Those copper peptides really get to where they need to be in order to deliver maximum anti-aging, and so this works in one of the quickest times possible. I love this product. Every year in the niod sale in November, I stock up on a couple of units of this and my skin falls in love with it. Of course, now we're in like September now, so I have run out, but I can't wait to have this back on order because it just works. Remember, a little goes such a long way with this product. You only need a tiny bit. It spreads beautifully on the skin because of that lipid oil base, and it just is amazing. It's hydrating, but it has a super high concentration of a potent form of copper peptides. This will work really quick for you. I would say this is the best option for people that aren't too worried about budget. They have money to splurge and they don't mind a higher price point product, but they want those quick wins and that advanced anti-aging. If that's you, then the niod copper amino isolate lipid could be your absolute best friend. In position 8, we have the sister brand to niod, The Ordinary, with their multi-peptide serum. Now, they actually do a multi-peptide and a multi-peptide plus copper peptide serum. It's the one with copper peptides that I'm calling out now. I love this. A super budget-friendly option in the copper peptide market. The only reason it's not slightly higher up on this list is it can leave a bit of a tacky film on the skin, at least on mine, and whilst I don't mind that too much because it comes with a super affordable price point, so I'm willing to forgive quite a lot, it's not always the best finish on the skin. I'm going to call that out. But if you want to do copper peptides and other peptides in advanced form, on a budget, then honestly, The Ordinary have my heart. Now, don't forget, they are the sister brand to Niod. So whereas all of that technology and investment goes into Niod and they command a higher price point, this brand are able to then transfer some of that to The Ordinary. So you're kind of getting Niod technology without having to pay Niod prices. It's not quite as nice, like I say, on finish as that copper amino isolate lipid. But for people on a budget that want to do advanced copper peptides without breaking the bank, The Ordinary genuinely is a bit of a game changer and one of my favorites. Now, in 7th position is the Theramid Derma Peptides. One of my favorites because it has a 30% concentration of peptides. That is one of the highest that you're going to see on the market. The only reason, again, it's not slightly higher is it contains dimethicone, which some people don't like because it can mean layering products on top of it is a little bit tricky. Using makeup on top, again, can be a little bit tricky. So I would say, if you want a sky-high dose of peptides, this is the one to go for. But you might want to use it in your evening skincare routine rather than the morning because that formulation can be a little bit pesky if you want to layer things on top of it. So my top tip is super affordable, super high concentration. Get it, but use it in the evening. I think that's where it's going to lay best. Theramid, one of my favorite skincare brands. And I think this is a great option for people that want those advanced results, want something that looks bougie, something that really delivers, but they don't want to pay a high price point. Theramid is where it's at. And it's actually my favorite skincare brand of the year. I covered that in a separate video, which I'll link up there. Try it out, you will love it. Now, number 6 is a bit of a controversial take because it's not strictly a peptide serum. It's a lifting, firming, anti-aging serum that also has a lot of peptides. And I'm talking about this. This is the numbuzin NAD Bio Lifting Essence. Now, this is a beautiful serum which has 50 different peptides. Now, some people will say 50 peptides? Are any of them in a concentration enough to actually do anything? Well, you know what? The good news is peptides don't have to be in a really high individual concentration to actually work. So dispel that myth. This will deliver. It lifts, it firms, it plumps like no other product. I absolutely love it. And I think, again, from Korean skincare market, this is such a nice product. This, I would say, again, is best for people that want plumping. They want that juiciness to the skin because it does leave a nice glowy finish. If that's what you're after, this is a great product. The plumping happens instantly. The lifting and firming takes like 3 months, but it's worth it. It's an investment that genuinely works. And again, numbuzin, one of those really good guidelines. They do a toner in this, they do an eye cream. If you want to explore this line in a bit more detail, again, I did a separate video, which I'll link up there. Everything in this line is amazing. Check that video out before you commit to the essence, because one of the other products, which also contains peptides, might work that little bit better for you. Now, we're coming to the business end of things here, this top 5, and this is where I think real quality takes over. These are my 5 ride or die peptide serums. They could come in any order in this video because I love them all, but we're starting out in 5th position with the Naturium multi-peptide serum. The reason I love this, peptides and copper peptides in an encapsulated form. That encapsulation is phenomenal because it means you can use these alongside your exfoliators, your vitamin C's, your retinoids. You don't need to stress it. If you're somebody that has put off reaching for a peptide serum because you hear all the horror stories about what you can and can't use them alongside, get this one by Naturium. That encapsulation protects those copper peptides, so you don't need to stress it. Just slap this on the skin, anywhere in your skincare routine, and it will work. It kind of does the work for you. It takes the stress out of it. I love the different blend of peptides that they've gone for. I love the packaging, which is really robust. If you like a pump, this is definitely a great option. And it's super affordable. Naturium really are a great brand. And yeah, one I would say for people that want to keep their peptides simple. Another product, so I mentioned earlier, we talked a little bit about niod and their copper amino isolate. And I said it would be higher if it wasn't for the price point. The same goes for the product in position 4. This is the Allies of Skin Multi-Peptides and Growth Factors Advanced Lifting Serum. If this was slightly cheaper, this would be number 1, no questions asked. But I feel that this isn't going to appeal to everybody because of that price point, myself included. I'm drugstore. I'm cheap. I hate overpaying for skincare, but I find myself going back to this time and time again because it just works like no other. And the reason I think this is worth it is you've got the peptides, but you've also got the growth factors, which is fantastic because what this is going to do is like double down on the pro collagen benefit. Boost collagen, boost elastin, minimize fine lines and wrinkles. And this works really, really quick. Now, the Allies of Skin price point isn't going to be for everyone, and it's not meant to be. There are some more affordable options coming, so do not panic. But if you wanted to get your hands on this and give it a try, I do actually have a 20% discount code, which I always use. Cheekily, when I buy this myself, I still use my own discount code, which is fine. You know what? In 2025, we've got to look after those pennies. So that will get 20% off, which does bring the price point down. There is forever a wait list for this product. It is on general sale at the moment, but usually it sells out and there's a wait list because it is so popular. And I'm here to say, if, again, money is no object and it's all about the results, you will not get better technology and blend of peptides than in this product. The best by far. It would be number one if it wasn't for that slightly bougie price point. Now, a product which, again, contains growth factors and peptides together, which is, I think, that sweet spot for maximum anti-aging, is the Medik8 Advanced. This is their liquid peptides advanced. So amazing. If you like the original liquid peptides, which came in the clear jar, you'll love this, because basically what it is the same formulation with added growth factors, and it's not a whole lot more expensive. So I think this is a really great example of a brand taking a cult holy grail product and improving it. They still do sell the original liquid peptides, but I don't think it'll be around for long, because my view is, why would you go for that when for a very similar price you can get this with all those added growth factors, which is just going to boost the rate of anti-aging. I'd say this Medik8 one works best for people that are tempted by the Allies of Skin but can't quite reach this price point. It's around half the price of Allies of Skin. It's not quite the same, but it's the closest you're going to get as a dupe. And so if your budget doesn't stretch to this, then the Medik8 one is like half the price, which is why it's in third position on this list. Now, we have two to go. We have two. In second place, I'm going to call out my own product. This is the Mad About Skin Copper Peptide Serum. Now, the reason that this is so high up on the list is, let me read it, affordable, $17.99. That is possibly the cheapest, I think, on this list. I think it's the cheapest of any product on this list. So you've got that affordability. When I came up with my own peptide serum, I wanted it to be affordable because good skincare shouldn't break the bank. And I want to live by that ethos. So the most affordable on this list. It has one of the highest percentages of peptides as well. So 20% concentration of those peptides, 3% copper peptides, 17% other peptides, including zearaline, known as Botox in a bottle, Matrixyl, all the goodies stacked in here. Also, it's encapsulated. So in keeping with that naturium one I referenced earlier, you're getting that dose of copper peptides in super easy form, encapsulated, and like I say, it does the work for you. I absolutely love this product. I'm so proud of it. And if you're somebody that likes to get your copper peptide fix in simple but super cost-effective way, this is it. And at the moment, it's currently 3 for 2. You put 3 of these in your basket. When you check out, you'll only actually be charged for 2. So that's bringing down the price point by like 33%. I think we launched it about 4 months ago, and we've sold out 95%, maybe coming up to 95% of our stock. So if you've already tried it and you love it, feel free to stock up while that 3 for 2 is on. If you haven't tried it yet, give it a go. It doesn't get more affordable than this. If you want super easy to use peptides in a high concentration with that 3% copper peptides, which is the highest on the market, this is where it's at. Now, drum roll please, in first place, I want to share this little gem. This is the Geek and Gorgeous Power Peptides. I literally love this product. It's my absolute favorite. These two, the Mad About Skin and the Geek and Gorgeous, I use this one on an evening. I use this one on a morning. These two are like my best friends in peptides. I absolutely love them because, again, super affordable. This one, I can't remember the exact price point I paid. It's super affordable. It's under £20 here in the UK. This actually, though, has a really nice emulsion texture. So whereas all the other ones tend to be true serums, this is an emulsion. So when you apply it, it's actually quite hydrating. It's thick, it's creamy, it's hydrating. If if you can see that, it just is so gorgeous on the skin, sinks in without a trace, leaves behind a beautiful veil of hydration and all that peptide action. Now this has 4 different peptides in it, and they've been specifically chosen for their ability to boost collagen and elastin. Now it doesn't actually have copper peptides in here specifically, which is why I tend to go for this one by my own brand on an evening where I get my copper peptide fix. I use this on a morning. It doesn't have that copper peptide, but don't let that put you off, because actually all the other peptides in here do boost collagen and elastin like copper peptides. They're beautifully formulated in a high concentration. That emulsion is something completely different. It's really affordable. I absolutely love this. Geek and Gorgeous, in my book, could do no wrong, one of my favorite skincare brands, and this only launched a year ago and has become their bestseller for good reason. Get your peptide fix with some extra hydration at the drugstore, super affordable. And if you're shopping in the UK, have left links to this where you can purchase it online. If you're shopping in the UK, this is now stocked in some drugstore. So if you can get to Superdrug, you could try it before you buy it as well. I didn't quite make it. I wanted to do 10 peptides in 10 minutes. I didn't quite make it, but you know what? That was still pretty quick fire for me at least. So if you've made it this far, if you got to the bitter end through 10 minutes and a bit of peptide chat, let me know by dropping the number 10 down in the comments section below. 10 for 10. If you've made it this far, drop the 10 so I can thank you for being part of the bitter end. Peptides are where it's at in 2025. Don't miss out, but also don't feel that you need to reach for the most popular, the most viral, the most expensive. Shop according to your skin's needs, and hopefully in today's video I broke this apart so you can see exactly which peptides will work best based on what you're looking to get out of them and your skin type and of course your budget. Shop around, play the market, and hopefully this has given you some inspiration. Wherever you are in the world, guys, stay safe, stay well, and love your skin. Take care. Bye.